Hello, welcome to the book babble for August. It's going to be a short one today, I think. So first of all, the soundtrack that you can maybe hear in the background is Hybrid, Light of the Fearless. It's their new album and I've been waiting for it for years and years and years. So if you can hear it, great. If you can't, go to Spotify and have a listen. Right, so the first thing we're going to do is a series. Louise Penny is the one we're going to do. Gamache, Inspector Gamache. These are set in Canada. They're a village called Three Pines. I don't have the first one because, as usual, it's on loan to somebody. A Rule Against Murder is the one I do have, the one I could just grab off the shelf. This series, Still Life is the first one. Gamache doesn't live in the village, but he is called to Three Pines to solve a murder. They are a series that people rave over, but Still Life, you will really, really, really have to power through this book. Obviously, Louise Penny has just been getting better and better and better and better and better, but Still Life, I actually got stuck in the middle of it and I had to have a friend tell me to finish it. So, like I said, if you get stuck, keep going, because it's a series well worth getting into. We quite often say to people that know about the series that we joke that we would move to that place if it actually existed, because it's such a complex but fascinating community. And there's a lot of murders that go on in one small town, but they kind of move around. So sometimes it's in the town, sometimes it's close to, but not actually at Three Pines. But it's a really good series. And like I said, if you can get past Still Life, and you will, it's one that I call these airport books, because I know that wherever I'm going, if I'm just stuck for something to read, I can get a Louise Penny and just dive into it. Okay, so that is the series. Now the book I bought, wait a second. This is what happens when you're not prepared. I have a list of everything that I'm supposed to be doing, but so the book I bought, Magician's Impossible, by Brad Abraham. This was a total, I read the back of it and just bought the thing on spec. I love series like this, and I know it's going to be a series, so it intrigued me. The title is sort of a play on Mission Impossible. It's a magical thriller. The guy who is the main character is kind of wasting his life. He's in a backwater. He's a barman in New York, but it's not a really up-and-coming bar. And then his father dies, and he is asked to go back for the funeral. This is a well-worn trope, but it works. When he is at the funeral, someone appears in the bathroom in front of him and gives his condolences and says he hopes that they can talk. And of course, the chap is not interested in talking. It's a funeral. Why would you talk to a complete stranger at a funeral? So on his way back to the city, he and his girlfriend are having this long chat, and let's just say things are not as they seem. The gentleman again appears to him in his bar this time and tells him that his father was not this ne'er-do-well who couldn't wait to get rid of him. He was pushing the guy away for a reason, because he was a very powerful magician, and this gentleman believes that the guy can actually be more powerful than his father. if he can survive the training. That was kind of the thing that hooked me. I mean, it's sort of up until that point, it was like, oh, you're a wizard, Harry. And then the training is actually dangerous, as in you could die from the training. Again, loved it. The idea hooked me. I liked the cover. I liked the title. I do judge a book by its cover. We all do it. Don't believe anyone that tells you that they don't. So yeah, great book. Hopefully, start of a series. So the books that I have been reading recently, only one of them has been a mystery. The rest have been social justice. I've done a couple of biographies, which I don't normally do. One of them is the biography of Elon Musk, which is fascinating. One of them was the biography of Robin Williams, which absolutely floored me. If you have not read it, you should. But this is a mystery book, babble. So the only mystery that I have coming out, I think in October, is The Boy at the Keyhole by Stephen Giles. It's a little bit Daphne du Maurier, Rebecca-esque. It's a 9-year-old boy. He's living with the housekeeper on a deserted estate in Cornwall. His parents have both left. I think his father died actually, and his mother has left. But she keeps sending postcards to show that she's around and safe. But then Samuel discovers that the housekeeper might not be as honest as she seems. She might be a liar, a schemer, and possibly something worse. But who listens to a 9-year-old boy? So that was a great read. Short read too, really short read. Nothing wrong with that, but you know. Okay, so the ones that I am waiting to read are these two. Thomas Perry, The Burglar. This is not the Jane Whitfield series. I will say that up front because there will be some of you that will know that Thomas Perry wrote that series. This is a standalone. I have read some of the Jane Whitfield series and really like them. This, like I said, is a standalone. It's a young professional burglar, and she ends up being accused of a series of murders, I think. Like I said, I've read the back of this. I haven't completely read it. But it looks fascinating, and God, I need to stop using one word over and over again. It looks really cool. So, the woman's name is Elle Stoll, and I really want to read it. I have one in my car, which I know has already been blurbed. It's the follow-up to The Late Show, The Late Shift, the one that's set in Hollywood, and it was the Beckett-esque one. I have it in my car and I'm trying to read it, but it's kind of, I read it when I'm in my car, and at the moment I'm not in my car very much. So, okay, this one. And this one, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's writing with Anna Waterhouse, and this is Mycroft and Sherlock. Again, this looks really good. I'm really looking forward to reading this. So, that's good. I've got a couple of follow-ups for you. The two that I had that I'd opened in the little addendum that I did were The Mystery of Three Quarters by Sophie Hannah and This Body Isn't Big Enough for Both of Us by Edgar Cantero. Read both, loved both, for completely different reasons. The Cantero is just bonkers. It is literally two people sharing one body. They are a private eye. He is the supposedly smart one, and she is the supposedly flighty one. But circumstances conspire to have her take over the whole body, and it is there's mafia. There's a little girl who's actually quite a smart little girl. There is the alternating personality of the twins, and there's a pretty good mystery too. If you liked meddling kids, you will love this. There isn't any Lovecraft in it, but that's okay. It doesn't suffer for it. The Mystery Three Quarters is the new Hercule Poirot. Sophie Hannah has written this as part country house mystery, part set in London. I loved the premise of having 4 people accused of the same murder, which might not be a murder at all. Also, the mannerisms of Poirot are perfect. Catchpool is actually growing on me. I thought he was annoying to start with, but he's actually now growing on me. Great mystery. It feels very Christie-esque, and there is no reason why you shouldn't go out and buy this as soon as it comes out. It's going to be, I think it's October. Let me check my notes. Hang on. Oh, no, it's August. I lied. And the Cantero is out now. So I will obviously follow up on the Thomas Perry the burglar and the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Mycroft and Sherlock next time around. I think, is that everything? Yes. This one is a little rushed. I'm still catching up from the tornado that tore through our house, otherwise known as the parents. I'm still finding things that are in the wrong place, and some of my books are not where they are supposed to be, so some of my shelving is a little off. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick trip through the books for August, and be back in September.